everybody. Hello, hello. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I can hear myself, I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna be watching, reacting to some vids. Where is the chat? YouTube Studios. To give us we're just gonna be reacting to some random videos, and let's see what happened, man. We're gonna be reacting to the first one is 22-year-old turned a ticket into arrest by slamming a door on a cop's finger. Golly. Ow, first of all. But let's see what I can do. Well, we'll see how it looks. The static is a little bad. What's static? Wait, listen. Oh God. Yeah, I see what you mean. What is it? I think the static. I don't know how to get rid of that. Wait. Hello. It is kind of crazy. I don't know why it's so staticky. Can I? Oh wait. Okay. I might got that. Hello. Yeah, it has that. Facial sound. Yeah, static is crazy. I'm gonna try to get that. Why is there so much static, bro? Let me download the app. Where? see. Hopefully this app will help me help to get the static away. Because that is bad. This may take several minutes. Oh god. We may be cooked. Well, while that is installing, I guess I'll just mute. And then when I want to talk, I just unmute. See how... Oh wait, never mind. Nope, this isn't what I need. Oh, and I accidentally closed that. Jeez Louise, the static. Is your mic? Nah, it's on here. It's on this thing. I think it's just catching the stuff in the background. Like my actual... Let's try that. Let's see if that does anything, and then I get my audio on the speakers. Hello? And then I get my audio. Yeah, it's still there. Why isn't it letting me download this app? It's still here. This better not give me a freaking... Oh gosh. So it wasn't the headset. So it wasn't the headset. I'll get it, bro. Danny, we'll get it. We'll get it, Danny. Okay, we're installing it, Danny. We're installing it. We're installing it. So it could be the place where I plugged it in. has a buzz. Is the buzz still there if I mute? No, so there's actually buzz on the mic. Why isn't it in Japanese? Hello? Do you still hear me? Bro, I have a mic for it. Wait, you're good? Do you hear me? I can't hear anything. I wanna I can't hear anything. Hello, hello. Ah. Is the buzz gone? Can't hear anything. Hello, hello. Ah. Oh, so the buzz is gone. Okay. Is the buzz gone? Yes, it is. Okay, thank you. We could watch, finally, the video. My hair is kind of crazy. There you go. Alright, let's see. Alright, there we go. And then time to hear. Hello? Hello? The buzz is not there anymore. It's just kind of like the blowing or kind of all the fans in the background. You hear me? Okay, hello. Mic is all the way up. Master. I mean, I don't know if the mic doesn't go any more volume. Turn it up on OBS. Audio settings. Properties. It doesn't go up anymore. And desktop audio was muted. Turn it up volume. Audio capture 1, okay. Okay, I like that. Desktop. Hello, hello, hello. Does it sound any better now?
Driving with a missing taillight.
Does not sound any better, but I guess I just gotta hold up my mic, man. Be able to chat pod like someone who like talks or whatever. It was good with my freaking PlayStation, so whatever my PlayStation was doing, but we'll watch this video. Pop out chat. It's still like, it's not like, and that's so weird because I don't even need to hold it. It's the same volume everywhere. And this doesn't see any, it's still like, it's not like, that's so weird because I don't even need to hold it. It's the same volume everywhere. And the fan in the background is kind of cooking. This doesn't see the audio, so how's that? That's a little better. But the volume sounds the same everywhere, so it's just like this. I guess let's just watch. Let's just watch some YouTube now. Yeah, it's low key just the PC is mad loud.
The officer quickly pulled over the truck into a nearby neighborhood to initiate a traffic stop. Here's what the officer did next.
Oh, I gotta. Oopsies, I gotta mute this.
And I didn't want to rush you over, so I swerved to the right. And there was a car on the other in that lane.
Ma'am.
So I didn't want to be involved.
Hi. All right. Do you have your driver's license and insurance on you? Okay.
Turn off
You
the
mind just rolling your
desktop
window?
audio a little bit. Desktop audio. Turn off the desktop audio. Okay. That'll be good. And then I don't know. I mean, for some reason it's just like the mic isn't working on here, but it works on the PlayStation. I think since there's just so many. I don't know, hopefully the buzz doesn't come back. Let me know if the buzz is back, but turn off the desktop a little. Yeah, I did that. Audio. It doesn't really matter. Oh, okay. Hopefully that's better. I don't even know what's happening, bro. Turn the mic on OBS back on 100% on OBS. Okay. I'll do that right now. Mic back at 100%. There we go.
Go down for me for my partner over there. The reason why I stopped is you only have one tail light.
Oh,
Okay. Is this your car?
no.
Okay.
My parking lot.
One tail light.
My parking lot.
Sorry, I can't see behind there. Somebody else.
Yeah. Can you mind just rolling?
Much better.
Do you mind just rolling your back window down for me, please? Thank you, because we can't see it all in the car. Appreciate it.
My parking lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see, bro. It's much better. Okay, good enough. Is there no buzz or anything? Or what is it? So
Gino.
loud car, loud truck, or
What kind of city
sounds terrible.
Imagine being
Oh,
able
yeah,
to
we gotta
build
have-
anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Whose car is it?
My boyfriend's car.
Okay. When was the last time you smoked marijuana in the car? Okay. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
No, he does.
Okay.
I don't smoke.
Okay. Is there any marijuana in the car right now? Because I can smell it. Okay. All right. Just hang tight here with my partner, all right?
What is that right there? Roaches.
Well, not just like that.
Right. But that's what we smell probably.
Do you mind just handing me that roach, please? Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
oh, they got roaches?
All right.
Bro, roaches in your car. Like, and she just. Dang, bro. It's disgusting.
Hey, this is actually Valerie. That's what's coming up on my GPS.
Barley Lane.
Valerie Lane.
Oh, those are the tail lights. Can I have your phone?
Ad blocker.
Look at the.
Yeah, ad blocker is free and safe. Ad blocker. Blocker. This one? Which one should I get? Which one do I get, Danny? This one? No? Give me a brand or a name. The third one, 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yach, she bless me. Okay. Did I get it? Is that all I had to do? Alrighty, let's see. Oh yeah, it's right there. Oh my gosh. You're so close. Wait, is it there? Oh, I'm not clicking that again. Okay, let's see.
All right, 2006 Dodge Ram. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. You can probably, when we are done, you can probably just back up. It's better.
Go to
Alright, can you do me a favor here? Just shut off your car for me. I'm gonna have you step out real quick, okay?
Have you ever wanted to see your home from
Yeah.
space?
All right, 2006 Dodge Ram. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. You can probably, when we are done, you can probably just back up.
Let's see if it blocks or not.
Alright, can you do me a favor? Can you just shut off your car for me? I'm just gonna have you step out real quick, okay? Anything else in the car that you want to tell me about?
No.
Okay.
But why am I stepping out?
So we're gonna search the vehicle now based on the odor that I'm getting and the fact that you had a bird blunt right there.
You can't search
Okay.
my vehicle.
I absolutely can, and I am going to. So I'm gonna have you exit the car.
You can't search the
I'm
Ma'am,
gonna have you
just
exit the
hang
car.
up the phone because he's giving you instructions.
Where we're
that
not
he's
like
putting you in trouble.
we're past that. Okay.
know that.
I'm
But
gonna
he's
have you
putting you in trouble. We have the
just
law.
open the door.
You can't unlock my vehicle.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why are y'all
You're racist. Get out of the car.
Why are y'all
Get out of the car.
out the car?
Yeah, I think she's baked.
Get out of the car.
Okay.
Get out of the car.
But y'all not giving me a chance to get out the car.
Get out of the
Bro,
car.
I'm trying-
Watch your
Yeah!
hands. Watch your hands.
Get out of the car.
Why are y'all pulling me down? What the
resisting.
God? Y'all are
Yeah,
pulling me out the car. What the I'm not resisting. I am not resisting. Y'all pull me out of my
resisting.
vehicle.
You're resisting
I am
right
not
now.
resisting.
Yes, we asked you to step out. And you said that you
What
would.
do you mean? All I have to do is get out of the car. You pulled the door open, ma'am. What do you mean? Can I have my phone? Can I have my phone, please?
You gotta have your phone right now.
Why can I have my stuff?
Relax. Relax.
I mean, she wasn't getting out the phone.
Why are you trying to pull me out of the vehicle,
Stand
though?
up. Stand up.
Why y'all take the
Face the car.
And the boyfriend's talking too.
You have no right to search the vehicle, though. It's harassment, ma'am.
I know,
Yes,
bro.
this is harassment, ma'am.
Just listen to the cops at that point.
Alright, face the car for me. I asked you to just step out of the car.
And I was until you opened
you were
my
not.
car
No,
door.
you're not. You
And
said
I
no.
was.
You say no.
No, I
Several
did not
times.
say
She
no. I
hasn't
said
used
you had
that,
no right
We
to
were
search
here.
the
We got
vehicle.
cameras. We heard.
You
Yes.
said you had. I said you had no right to search the
Yeah,
vehicle.
we have the right.
No, you do
we
not.
told you
You
that,
do
okay?
not have a probable
You
cause.
can take it to
They
court.
had probable cause, bro. She says no, we don't have probable cause, bro. They smoked weed.
I did nothing wrong, bro.
What?
Damn boy.
What'd he say?
Park it up.
Oh. Are you not wearing a bra?
No.
I know there's gonna be like 15 kilos in there,
Go get her
bro.
in the back. Is that,
Am I being detained?
what is that? I'm gonna check that out.
Am I going to jail?
Right now, yeah, you're going to jail.
I mean,
Instruction. I asked you several times to get in the car.
that's
I
kind
don't know
of
who you're
OD,
listening
though.
to, but he gave you bad advice.
I didn't
Okay,
listen
get in the
to
car.
him.
Get in the car.
Can you please hear me out?
Get in the
I
car.
am a female,
Ma'am,
though.
get in the car.
Can you please hear me
You're
out?
not listening again. You're not listening again.
Car.
It's kind of crazy. Okay. I don't know if she did.
Never do
deserve all
this
that.
with an older cat.
This is Sissy. Things for
Bro,
Sissy.
it's not blocking. It's not. Do I gotta pin it or something? Block.
Several times to get in the car. I don't know who you're listening to, but he gave you bad advice.
I didn't
Okay,
listen
get
to
in the
him.
car. Get in the car.
Can you please?
Several times to get in the car.
Oh yeah, she
I don't know who you're listening to, but he gave you bad advice.
I didn't
Okay,
listen
get in the
Bro,
car. Get
that's
in the car.
fine.
Can you please hear me out?
Get in the
I am
car.
a female,
Ma'am,
though.
get in the car.
I'm a
Can you
female.
please hear me
You're not
out?
listening again.
Get
You're not
in
listening
the
again.
car.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna reach over.
Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. It does
Shove it.
block the ad. It's just.
I did nothing wrong.
Yes, you did. I asked you to step out of the car. I used to say
You
no,
gave me
no, no.
you gave me no chance. All I said was you
We
had
say
no right
get out of
to
the car
search the
several times.
Is this hers here?
No, what the?
Wait, you got a
That's not
scale?
letting me pause.
Marijuana.
Yeah, but
Since marijuana. But
let me see.
ski mask.
And now this is stuck.
It's cold, so.
Yes, you did. I asked you to step out of the car. I used to say
You
no,
gave me
no,
It
no,
could be
you
the
gave
wrong
me
one,
no
though.
chance. All I said was you
We
had
say
no right
get out of the
to
car
search the
several times.
Is this hers here?
I don't know what to think right now. It feels like she did resist arrest, but that was kind of shoving her out the car.
No, what the?
Oh, you got a scale?
Yeah, marijuana.
Yeah, but
Since marijuana. But
let me see.
So the scale, the way the devil's lettuce.
I mean, it's cold, so.
Everybody wears seatbelts.
Exactly. Have we gone in the middle here yet?
No. Right.
There's a grinder.
Where's the grinder at? Alright, let's keep that there.
She was looking down.
That's all.
Have you checked under the seat just to make sure there's no weapon or anything in there?
There is more marijuana over here under the seat with the pieces. I don't know what this is.
What? Where's it at?
This is an outright of it.
Oh, it's definitely marijuana. I haven't gotten in the back seat yet.
So
Can you just go check on her to make sure she's 1074?
It looks like it's an old trailer brake controller.
Is she good?
Yeah, she's just crying.
Oh, well.
And she's just crying.
Alright, what did you find, just so I know?
The grinder, the little marijuana underneath the seat.
All this shit for that.
I don't get it.
Just, is this open? I don't think so, right?
So after all that,
So what?
still 10 minutes, so there's must be
It's a
something.
church. Oh, here he is. Welcome.
Y'all had no right to go in my truck.
Just wait a minute.
Y'all
We'll
need to
talk to you
explain
later.
this to
Okay.
me. Why is she under arrest?
First of all,
y'all
we
should
don't-
have detained her. I know my rights.
Okay, we don't need to explain anything to you. First of all, we don't have to. We don't have to tell you anything.
I
all right?
heard everything.
But you're walking up on a traffic stop. I'm asking you politely. Give us a minute. We'll come talk to you. Okay?
Y'all should have detained her.
I'm being nice right now, man. I'm just asking you. Just give us a minute. We'll come talk to you. Okay? I'm not trying to be a jerk. But you can't
Yeah,
walk
what's
up
good,
on a traffic
Isaiah? How
stop
you doing?
and yelling like that.
We just watching
Y'all
video
said
games.
the brake light was out. Why y'all didn't issue a ticket? She live right here. She's on my insurance.
Just
The
give
bug
us
is
a
in
minute,
it.
all right?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a
Okay.
minute, but I want proper answers.
Okay,
please.
yeah,
And
we can do that.
what's your badge number and your name?
1835, and it's Carter. But 1980 Dell. If you just give us a minute,
I'm gonna talk to you. I'll wait
we'll talk to
patiently.
you. Okay?
I'll
Thank
wait
you.
patiently.
I appreciate
and I
it.
want you to legally justify and explain everything because I heard everything and I
Okay,
have
wait,
recorded
bro.
on the phone.
That's fine.
He's low-key
Yeah,
not-
we're also recording
Y'all
everything.
Y'all body cameras.
Yeah, we're recording everything. We're also. You might want to get your transmission checked out after this.
Hey, that's my shit. I know my.
Well, he obviously doesn't know Pennsylvania v. Mims.
I don't think he does.
That says that we can order anyone out of a vehicle for officer safety purposes. And they don't have the right to refuse.
Alright, what do you got?
I mean, she did slam the door, try to slam the door.
I'm gonna put the scale back because we don't have anything to go with it, so.
Officer
I have
safety.
to open this and check it. I don't know what could have been. It seems like a bait, though. Empty import bait.
For what? It's a traffic stop. For what? You said a brake light. How is all of a sudden you need a car? A license good, the insurance good. I'll say you need to search the car. Stop playing. Stop playing. It's a traffic stop. So I need them to justify this. And I want to roll back the
Now he's talking to his
the body camera.
about this.
You feel me? And I'm gonna put the lawyer on the situation. I'm not playing. I work. I'm gonna drop the money. I'm not playing. Y'all got the wrong one. Y'all should have detained her, which y'all should have did instead of pulling her out. Y'all don't unlock no truck and pull her out. Come on, y'all just violated
Well,
her.
she did. They did say she was detained and she didn't get out the car.
Y'all is tripping. I'm taking a break like this, taking out my money and I spend money. Y'all is tripping, bro. I need y'all to really explain this. After y'all search my truck and not find shit,
Do you want me to explain it to you?
give me my keys.
Do you want me to explain it to you?
Huh?
Seriously,
What's
do
your
you want me
badge
to...
number? What's your badge
1650.
number? What's your
1650. Hughes. Okay, she was stopped for traffic violation. She had weed in the car. That gives us the right to search the car. Also, Supreme Court case Pennsylvania v. Mims gives us the right to remove anyone from a vehicle for officer safety purposes. You cannot refuse. If you refuse, it's obstruction. Okay? So Supreme Court case says we're allowed to do that. And there was weed in the car. That's why the car is being searched.
Did you explain that to her? Because I heard her asking you, and you didn't explain that to her. Which y'all...
I wasn't here for the traffic stop. I'm just explaining to you what I was told when I got here by the officers
When
on
the
scene.
body camera footage showed, they proceeded to
don't even
unlock
know
the
what
truck
he's
instead of
yelling.
explaining to her. Someone who unknowingly don't know the law. You feel me?
What I was told was that she was on the phone with you,
Right.
and they asked her to step out because there was marijuana in the car, and you told her on the phone no.
They ain't say nothing about marijuana.
They ain't say nothing about it.
Well, then how
would've
how
told
did
me.
they not? Because she handed them the roach. She handed them the blunt that she was smoking. They said, hey, you got weed in the car? She goes, here it is, and handed it to them. So obviously she was aware because she handed them the blunt.
Okay, so this is my thing. Why did they force you to take her out of the car?
Because she refused to get out on her own.
Because she refused to get
Yep,
out.
that's obstruction.
So they opened the car.
Yes.
And they took her out.
Yes.
Because she refused.
Yes.
And everything
Supreme,
that y'all saying will play back
yes.
on the
Case
body
law says we're allowed to do that. Pennsylvania v. Mims.
Case law says y'all allowed to
Yes,
do
sir.
that. And body camera will show everything.
Yes,
If
it will.
not, that's a lawsuit. Y'all do know that, right?
That's fine, buddy. Do what you need to do, but yes.
It's explaining. I mean, he's
She's gonna go for
going crazy.
resistance. That's what she's going for.
Bad.
They're giving a civil citation. I'm done, but should have just listened. That's weird. Perfect.
Give me my keys when y'all get done. Get out my shit.
Well, we'll deal with that when we're done, but we're not done.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
You don't make the rules, boss.
Yo.
You can wait. You might
Really
wait
don't
longer
have
now.
to do.
Are you okay back here? I don't know why you just didn't open the door. I really don't understand that. Whoever you were talking to gave you the worst advice in the world. This would have been this would have been a civil citation, and I would have given you a warning for the taillight. You would have been out of here.
I was talking to the other officer. I wasn't even listening to him because I know he's not even relevant to
But you were listening to him. So when I tried to open your door, you almost shut the door on my hand several times, to where my partner felt it unsafe for you to no longer sit in that truck because we didn't know what you were up to. You could have been grabbing a firearm. I didn't know what you were up to. All right. So right now, just so you're aware, you're going to jail for resist. Okay. All right. What's that? Okay.
Boyfriend's pissed. I just did my best to explain it to him, but I don't think he's still grasping what happened. So, what happened? Were you guys here? I wasn't, but they told me they pulled her over and she had weed in the car, and then he was on the phone with her, and they said you need to step out because there's weed in the car, and he told her to absolutely not get out of the car, which then led to them pulling her out of the car.
Who's that? Him and her?
Yeah.
Just you two of these boys?
And he's still young.
It's on camera, Sante. It's on camera. Everything is on camera.
All I was trying to tell you was that you had no right to search.
I absolutely had a right to search your vehicle, and I explained to you why. And you still acted that way. I don't know why you just didn't exit the vehicle. We would have been done by now.
You didn't give me the opportunity.
Yes, I did, ma'am.
You tried to come and violate my
That's
rights.
not true. I gave you every opportunity to get out of that car. Okay. I'm not going to argue with you. All right, just hang tight for a minute. Okay. Yeah, that's her property. I just want to double check there's nothing else in there. What else? Okay, that's fine.
Matt.
What kind of sucks is he has to be in a car driving her down there while she's.
Is this his truck? Is he?
She shouldn't have really. This isn't a crazy though. Like,
Okay. You got ID on you?
Give me my shit.
Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah, right here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I just want to make sure it's you. That's all.
Yeah, it is.
Because I can't just release a vehicle to anybody. Okay. All right, man.
I'm the one who gave y'all the insurance. That she's on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Yep. I'm ready to go. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Hey, does she want to keep up along about this?
I can ask her right now. He's asking if you want to keep your belongings, like your purse and your phone, or do you want it to go with him?
Give it to him, please.
Okay, who is he to you, if you don't mind me asking?
My friend.
Your friend?
My boyfriend.
Or your boyfriend. Okay, so your wallet and your cell phone. You want them both to go with Jihad? Okay. All right, we'll give it to him then, okay? Does she need what? Oh. Do you need any phone numbers, or do you have them all memorized? Do you need any phone numbers?
I'll keep my phone.
What's that? You'll take
Oh,
your phone?
yeah.
Hey, she'll keep her phone. Thanks. That's probably the best idea, all right?
We're gonna give you her wallet. She wants you to take her wallet. She's gonna keep her phone so she can get numbers out of it.
And who told y'all to go through her first? That's a violation.
No, it's not. She had weed on her. We're allowed to search her and everything on her.
You're making this take longer.
Just stay over there.
Yeah, what is that?
Search the bag.
Yes, we can. She had weed on her. Yes, we can.
That's why she got all these trouble, because you tell her, don't get out of the car. It's your fault.
Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't do that.
Where is he from? I want to know where this
Y'all don't
cop
do
is
that, bro.
from.
Y'all don't search person.
Anyway, she wants him to keep this, right?
Yes.
I like his accent. I got
No more drugs.
Put it on the truck. Don't touch me. Put it on the truck. Put it on the truck. Put it on the truck. Just put it on the truck. I don't want you to say I got anything rest. Put it on the truck. Y'all need to search shit. Y'all already did y'all initial search. That's food so poison street. So I wish y'all would try it. Food so poison.
It's called search incident to arrest. You have no idea what you're talking about. I suggest you actually look up case law before you start trying to spit stuff out, okay?
Law dictionary in my library.
You have a what?
All right. Act like you know.
Okay, all right. Your truck is free to leave, though. You're allowed to take your truck now.
Y'all can't phone me. I'm talking shit.
No, you're not. It's not about that. You're now blocking people who are trying to leave. So go ahead, get in your truck and leave the area, please. Just move the truck.
I'm gonna do what I want.
Okay, well, you made a big deal about getting the truck out of here.
I'm
What?
doing what I please.
That's fine. Just do it out of people's way. Oh, my God.
The suspect was charged with resisting an officer without violence. The suspect was issued a $1,000 bond, which she later posted. In court, she initially pleaded not guilty and later amended her plea to no contest. She was ordered to pay a total of $373 in fines and court costs, along with a $116 fine for improper taillights. However, she later failed to pay both fines and was issued a court notice.
So after all of that, she only needed to pay $500. And she would have been good, but now she has a court notice because she didn't pay $500. And your boyfriend says he works, right? That's actually crazy. Alright, next video. Let's see. Let's do some trust. I love this guy. Craziest moment caught on TV. Gotta sub to Trust Me Bro. Shout out Trust Me Bro. You gotta watch this video. Bro. Crazy, bro.
Disturbing moment.
After all of that, bro. Alright, man. We better watch probably one more video and then we out, but that was stupid.
It's caught on live TV. The Baton Rouge Airport Incident. On March 16, 1984, WBRZ-TV, a Baton Rouge news station, was set up inside the Baton Rouge airport, waiting for a specific individual to arrive from California. The man the news station was filming was a criminal on his way to prison. However, this individual would not even live to see prison, let alone the outside of the Baton Rouge airport. Because only moments after the man walked past the news station's live broadcast cameras, a seemingly unrelated man on a payphone quickly turned around, aimed a gun, and pulled the trigger, resulting in an injury that would take the man's life only a day later. Due to how fast everything happened and how shocking and surprising this incident was, the news station was left with little to no time to react, and unfortunately, as a result, the news station unintentionally aired this seemingly cold-blooded murder to millions of viewers, locally, nationwide, and eventually even globally. And while this brief explanation of the situation in a vacuum seems tragic, there are specific pieces of context that I've intentionally left out that might just change your perception on what...
I don't know about that. They were low-key like... I don't know about the rudest, but... Because she did low-key like... She resisted, and they were trying to explain to the guy as calm as possible what to do, but like he was low-key instigating, right? He was screaming at him, like, would you just like be there taking it, like, yeah, just take your things, or like, I feel like I'd get a little angry too. And she did do something wrong, so, and she had weed, which you can't really have 2 years ago, or wherever, without a license. So, I don't know.
You have just learned about. Mainly, why was the news filming this man? And why did this man on the payphone pull the trigger? And also, why did this man who killed a man on TV end up serving 0 jail time for a crime he undoubtedly committed? To answer all of these questions and more, we only need to look at the year prior, 1983.
So he
Leon Gary Pluchet.
So he killed somebody and no jail time. Depends what the guy did though.
Was a 38-year-old man who was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Early in his career, he served as a sergeant in the United States Air Force. However, after leaving the military, he established a career for himself in heavy equipment sales. However, not everything in his life was perfect. It was around this time when Leon and his wife were going through a divorce. And they had a son, Jody, who at this point was 11 years old and approaching an age where he would inevitably pick up what was happening between his parents. It was likely for this reason that Leon and his ex-wife decided to put their son Jody into karate. And while over the course of 1983 and 1984, it seemed like their son Jody was excelling in the sport of karate and not only competing but winning tournaments, underneath that mask of success hid a sinister and disturbing secret. The karate instructor that Jody was seeing was a 25-year-old man named Jeff Doucette. Doucette was a popular karate instructor in the city of...
What do you mean truth or dare? Like, how do truth? I don't know.
Baton Rouge. For most parents in the area looking to get their kids into karate, going to Doucette was a no-brainer. And while it seemed like Doucette was simply a great instructor and someone passionate about teaching, the reality of the situation couldn't be further from the truth. And on February 14th, 1984, Valentine's Day, Doucette's entire dark plot was exposed when he kidnapped Jody and took him from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, all the way to Anaheim, California. Prior to the kidnapping, Doucette had spent the year slowly and methodically ingraining himself into the Pluchet household under the guise of being a friend and a passionate teacher. And while building this rapport with Jody's parents, he also spent that year pushing boundaries with Jody, becoming more and more inappropriate. On the night of the kidnapping, Doucette was at the Pluchet household when he asked Jody's parents if he could quickly take Jody to show Jody some of the renovations at his house. Due to the relationship they had at this point, this didn't seem like an unreasonable request, and that was part of Doucet's ploy. And instantly after being given permission, he took Jody all the way to California to do unspeakable things.
Is there New York State traffic where you are? There's some pretty good traffic. There's a lot of traffic. A lot. Especially at like 4. It's crazy.
After hours went by and Jody and Doucette did not return home, Jody's mother knew something was wrong. After failing to make contact with Doucette or anybody who could know where Doucette was, Gary and his ex-wife got the police involved, hoping they could help them find their now lost son. However, less than a week after the kidnapping, the Pluchets received a random collect call from California. It was their son Jody. Doucette had allowed Jody to call his parents after Jody was making headlines as there was a nationwide search looking for him. Fortunately, this collect call was not only tapped by the FBI, but tracked. And it was this one phone call that led to California police raiding the motel where Jody and Doucette were staying, which resulted in the arrest of Doucette on February 29th and the return of Jody to his parents in Louisiana. After learning about what had been going on for the last year and the true intentions of Jeff Doucette, Leon Gary Pluchet was beyond furious, but ultimately feeling powerless. On one particularly upset night, he found himself at a bar, where, out of sheer coincidence, Pluchet found himself sitting next to an executive of the local news station. During their conversation, the news station executive happened to mention that they had a story going on at the airport because a criminal who was out of state was going to be returned to Louisiana. And this information was all that Pluchet needed, because now, armed with a time and location, he knew exactly where and when he could confront his son's abuser. Okay, I know we're just getting into the craziness of this video, but I really quickly wanted to mention something not crazy at all. That being easily finding the best healthcare provider with supporting the channel. Himself standing at a payphone in an airport with a gun in his boot and a ball cap and sunglasses on his head for anonymity.
Well, the karate teacher was the kidnapper and probably did some stuff to the kid. That's who he is, not a karate teacher.
And Doucette would find himself being escorted off a plane, hands cuffed in front of him, disturbing seeming smirk on his face, where he would come in direct contact with the father of one of his victims. And the aftermath is exactly what we started this section with. Pluchet, a newly divorced dad who had just learned his 12-year-old son was being victimized for over a year and was kidnapped and taken across state lines, was armed and ready to deal with the 25-year-old karate instructor who was not only grooming his son, but himself and his wife. And while Doucette was on his way to jail with multiple serious charges, Pluchet decided to take the law into his own hands, cutting Doucette's legal trial short and opening his own case wide open. Immediately following the shooting, Pluchet was disarmed by police and asked why he would do such a thing. To which he replied, if somebody did it to your kid, you'd do it too. Pluchet was promptly arrested, and the following day, Doucette succumbed to his injuries. During Doucette's murder trial, Leon Gary Pluchet was initially charged with second-degree murder. However, he took a plea bargain in which he pleaded no contest to manslaughter, resulting in a 7-year suspended sentence, 5 years of probation, and 300 hours of community service. However, 0 days in prison. Pluchet's defense team argued that the murder did not take place in a clear state of mind, and that he was actually in a temporary state of psychosis due to learning about what was happening to his son. And it was for this reason that the judge ultimately ruled that sending Pluchet to prison would not help anyone, and that there was little to no risk of Pluchet ever committing another crime. And fortunately, that turned out to be true. Today, Gary Pluchet's son, Jody, is a sexual abuse awareness activist, and has even worked in the Victim Services Center of Montgomery County as a sexual assault counselor. In 2019, he released the book Why Gary Why, in which he details his side of the story. And in 2024, in an interview with the British newspaper Daily Mirror, Jody was asked about his dad, in which he replied his dad was the, quote, greatest dad of all time. The Hillsborough disaster.
Hey, bro. He took his experiences and turned them into something that can help people. We love Jody, man. Alright. Hey, he low-key had it coming. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, that's kind of crazy for the freaking dude to do. And the dad not getting any jail time. Debatable. But, I mean, he did what he had to do.
It was a brisk spring day in Sheffield, England on April 15th, 1989. A semi-final match of the FA Cup was scheduled to take place between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. This specific semi-final match was highly anticipated by fans, with the Hillsborough Stadium being completely sold out and an expected total attendance of over 53,000 fans in and around the venue, with likely millions more watching the live broadcast from their homes. However, only minutes into this football match, the game was officially stopped by police because it was obvious that fans were seemingly climbing out of the pens to get into the pitch. And while 1 or 2 runners on the field isn't uncommon for a football match, dozens of people were climbing the fence, and police quickly realized they were losing control. However, in the moment, officials only believed that the event was simply unruly Liverpool fans storming the pitch. The reality of the situation was much darker. And these football fans that were seemingly ruining the fun for everyone were in reality only trying to save their own lives. But with that discovery, 2 questions still remain. What exactly was going on? And how did 97 people die from it? During the late 1980s, football popularity in the UK was seemingly at an all-time high, partly due to the fact that economically, things were not ideal to say the least. Unemployment was high, and therefore, football or soccer was a big escape for many in England, and for some, the only joy they have in their life. Although with so much passion and so many football fans, you would think these soccer matches would be full of nothing but gratitude and happiness. Although, that wasn't the case. This period of time was known as the hooligan era, due to the habits of some football fans at the time. Storming the field, getting too drunk, picking fights with the opposite team's fans, or just general misconduct. Anything you could imagine was likely happening at a football match during this time. And it was because of these actions that many stadiums across the UK built specific additions to prevent hooligan-branded activities. However, while some of these design and architectural choices were meant to save lives and prevent overall chaos, it would actually be these same designs that would end up causing the most chaotic and deadly event ever seen in British sporting history. Not just football, all sports. Hillsborough Stadium already had a history of causing damage. Specifically in 1981, when a crowd crush resulted in broken arms and legs for numerous football fans. However, while tragic, that situation would be nowhere near the worst event to take place at that stadium. Because 8 years later, in 1989, during one of the most anticipated football matches of the year, an estimated 54,000 football fans showed up to a stadium that only had capacity for 39,000, already cause for major problem.
14,000 more people Bro, you can't even sit. You're like this. You can't even move. You can't even celebrate. Bro. That's way broke. That's crazy.
And these problems were visible outside the stadium before the match ever begun. Large crowds of fans swarming the gates and turnstiles to enter the stadium were already overwhelming not only authorities, but the general facilities themselves. And even the lines to get into the stadium initially were causing uncomfortable situations and minor crushes that were unfortunately only a sign of what was to come. The way that the Hillsborough Stadium is set up is that on either side of the pitch, behind the goalposts, there are pens, essentially open areas for standing room. There was 2 central pens directly behind the goalposts, named pen 3 and 4, and further on either side there was pens 1 and 2, and pens 6 and 7 on the opposite side. And it would be within these pens, specifically 3 and 4, where tragedy would strike. One of the most notable anti-hooligan pieces of architecture you'll notice in the stadium are massive fences behind the goalposts meant to keep people in the pens and off the pitch. However, while these fences may have had a good intention, they were also slightly controversial as there was already safety concerns at the Hillsborough Stadium due to previous crushes and also due to the fact that the west wing of the stadium did not hold a valid safety certification. Prior to the start of the semi-final match, things inside and outside the stadium were already at a boiling point. And police were becoming overwhelmed by the amount of people either still waiting to get into the stadium or trying to get into the stadium. And because there was already a crush forming outside due to the old-fashioned turnstiles being a large bottleneck, the police decided that the best way to relieve pressure off of the now overwhelmed Leppings Lane was to open one of the exit gates into the stadium to allow more people in to, in theory, relieve the crush now happening outside. However, there was one fatal flaw. While the police did want to relieve the flood of people forming outside, they did not plan on where the flood would go once they opened Gate C. And almost instantly after they opened Gate C, people rushed directly into pens 3 and 4, because the access to pens 3 and 4 was wide open. And it was the most visible place to go after you entered Gate C. And even though pens 1 and 2 and 6 and 7 had plenty of room for more football fans, police and crowd control did not effectively plan on how to navigate fans into those less populated pens. Fans that were already trying to escape a crush outside were now unintentionally rushing into and creating a brand new crush in pens 3 and 4. And it's believed that Pen 3 alone could fit a capacity of roughly 800 fans. However, after the surge, over 1,500 football fans were present in Pen C alone, causing the fatal situation. The already full pens now being pressurized from the back with thousands of fans running in from the outside, combined with the tall fences, resulted in immense pressure being applied to every single one of the fans, and almost instantly the situation became life or death. And in situations like that, people will do anything they can to live. And what we saw as a byproduct of that was fans climbing the fence into the football pitch, fans climbing over each other just to get air, and even some fans climbing to the stands above, all in the pursuit of escaping the crush and being able to breathe again. In a crowd crush, it's not just getting trampled that can kill you. It's the building pressure of individuals around you, compressing your chest and preventing breathing that ultimately leads to asphyxiation, unconsciousness, and shortly after, death. And during the massive crush that took place in pens 3 and 4, 94 football fans died on site. 1 died due to their injuries the following day. 1 died 5 years later after being taken off life support, and in 2021, another fan with severe brain trauma passed away as well, resulting in a total of 97 deaths caused by this one crush. And on top of these deaths, it's reported that 760 additional people were injured by the fatal crush. It didn't take long until the football pitch itself was full of people trying to escape the crush, and quickly medical personnel were overwhelmed. Medics were running into the pens with oxygen, stretchers, and eventually fans were taking advertisements off the side of the pitch to use them as stretchers to try to help aid medical staff. However, while multiple heroic attempts were made to save as many lives as possible, this tragic event that was televised to millions was unstoppable. Following the event, police involved in crowd control blamed drunk and disorderly fans for ripping open Gate C and running in on their own accord. However, it didn't take long for the narrative to be demolished and for it to be proven that the inexperienced staff working crowd control were not only completely inefficient but also completely incompetent in preventing a crush outside and giving any guidance to the crowd they sent from outside of the stadium inside of the stadium, inadvertently sending them to the worst place possible due to that lack of guidance, resulting in nearly 100 deaths and nearly 1,000 injuries. Following the Hillsborough disaster, the fences were removed and replaced with shorter safety barriers, and the standing pens were converted to seating. And while those were 2 welcomed and necessary changes, some believe they were also too little too late, as the stadium staff and crowd control authorities knew that the Hillsborough Stadium
Bro, you're
was
right,
anything
bro.
but safe, and a situation like this was unfortunately inevitable. I did quickly want to mention that for this video, I had a list of nearly 10 moments captured on live TV I wanted to mention. However, the more I looked into each of those situations, the more I realized I had to add more context than time would allow. The reason I'm mentioning this is because while I can't discuss every moment in this one specific video, if you guys did find value in this topic and would like a part 2, I would be more than happy to make it. All I would ask is that you let your voice be heard. It's not a secret that YouTube does not love this sort of content. And while demonetizations and age restrictions are inevitable, if more content like this is something you would like to see, please let me know by leaving a like on this video or by commenting part 2. Input and support is always greatly appreciated. The Charles Bothell case. In June of 2014, Charles Bothell IV appeared on the Nancy Grace Show pleading.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, bro. Like 100 people basically dying from that. It's insanity, bro. Like, it was pretty much like, why? I don't even know, man. It could have been preventable, but like it couldn't have either, because like the game wouldn't have ever started. So they're like, yeah, let's do this, but then they didn't take the measures to like actually do it correctly. I don't know, and nobody got in trouble either, apparently. So I don't know, man. That sucks. I feel like there has to be, like, someone has to take responsibility, bro. Fashion, say the most, nah, I'm good, bro. He was just talking about demonetization. I'm not trying to get demonetized.
To the public looking for help to find his missing 12-year-old son. To individuals at home watching the program, Charles appeared to be a father. Appeared on the Nancy Grace Show, pleading to the public looking for help to find his missing 12-year-old son. To individuals at home watching the program, Charles appeared to be a father who was desperate to find his son. He was willing to do anything to find him. However, that entire facade would come crashing down when shortly into his interview with Nancy Grace, you get to witness a grown man die on the inside when Nancy Grace drops a bombshell and seemingly confronts Charles directly, leaving him lost for words. Just watch this clip. While Charles is on air with Nancy Grace, she breaks the news that the police had found his missing son, and he was in the Bothell family basement. He was alive, although he did appear to be neglected. Usually, any parent who is told that their missing child is found is overwhelmed with joy.
So, he was looking for his lost son. He was looking for his lost son, and he was in his basement. The son, in their own house, in the basement, looking neglected. Huh.
And relief.
Nice. Okay.
However, Charles had a reaction that most people would consider to be strange. Bothell appeared to be grasping at straws as to what he could say about this new discovery. And instead of questioning or celebrating the safety of his son, he was quick to play dumb and give a plethora of excuses of how he couldn't possibly know that's where his son was. Any viewer watching this specific segment of the Nancy Grace Show would instantly know Charles Bothell did something, but they don't know what, and they don't know why. On June 14th, 2014, in a Detroit suburb, Charles Bothell IV and his wife, Monique Bothell, reported their then 12-year-old son missing, which prompted an extensive 11-day search involving local law enforcement, local volunteers, and even the FBI. Charles claimed that he spent endless amounts of time tirelessly searching for his son, even going as far as to knock on doors and distribute missing person flyers by hand. And in his seemingly endless pursuit of finding information about his son, Charles decided to go on the Nancy Grace Show, a show that was filmed locally in Detroit in hopes of spreading awareness and gaining information about his missing son. And interestingly, Charles went on the Nancy Grace Show multiple times, both before and after his son was found. On the most infamous appearance of Charles Buffle on The Nancy Grace Show, Nancy received an urgent update from local police that after obtaining a search warrant, while Charles Buffle wasn't home as he was at the studio, they were able to not only enter his home legally, but also able to locate the missing son in the Buffle's basement. The child was hidden behind a large barrel and a stack of boxes. And when Nancy Grace broke this news to Charles live on air, his reaction was nothing short of perplexing. Following this conversation, Charles left the studio, returned home, and once again was back on the news, as anchors and cameramen were already outside of his home. And Charles did not miss the opportunity to speak on camera and give his best fake cry. And while it may seem like finding a missing child in a missing child case would end the case, with the strange reaction from Charles as well as the strange manner that the missing child was found, the investigation did not end. And instead of looking for the child that was no longer missing, they were looking into the parents that reported this child missing. And in April of 2015, only 10 months after this entire situation transpired, Charles and his wife, Monique Buffle, were arrested and charged for torture and second-degree child abuse.
You can do that.
Nena, ¿tú hubieras comprado qué?
Multiple.
Because when Charles Buffle V, the son, was located in the basement, he told police that he was instructed by his stepmother to stay in his corner, say nothing, and remain quiet no matter what. And it was also apparent to authorities that this child had suffered neglect and abuse, and he had injuries and marks on his body that were consistent with continued physical abuse. During the trial of his parents, the child testified that he was kept home from school and forced to engage in rigorous exercise routines daily, and was, on top of being overworked and underfed, being beaten on a regular basis. Charles Buffle IV admitted that he was beating his son, Charles Buffle V, with a PVC pipe. And following this trial, in 2016, both Charles Buffle IV and Monique Buffle were charged for separate crimes. Charles Buffle IV pled guilty to fourth-degree child abuse after accepting a plea deal and was served 18 months of probation and mandatory anger management classes. On top of this, he also unsurprisingly lost custody of his son and was ordered to have no more contact with him. Buffle's wife, on the other hand, reportedly accepted a plea deal, although the details of her deal are not public. And as far as we know, she too served 0 time in jail for the admitted abuse, alleged torture, and unknown hiding that to this day we do not have the answer for. That's right. Even to this day, Charles has not admitted to what exactly happened, how the boy ended up in the basement, or why they reported the boy missing when they knew the boy was in the house. To me, that's potentially the most ominous part of this entire case. And in my opinion, the only real reason you would want to convince the public that your missing son was missing and potentially over time dead was that you could do things to them without anybody ever questioning it. Because you can't abuse, neglect, and potentially murder your child if everybody believes that they're already dead. And while that is only a theory and based in no known fact, I figured I would throw my hat in the ring as to hypothesizing what the exact plan of this bogus missing person report was. And while we may never know the truth of what the Buffle parents' plan was, fortunately, police were able to save the child and remove him from undoubtedly a hellish situation. The over-the-edge tragedy. On May 23rd, 1999, in Kansas City, Missouri, wrestling fans came together to witness one of the most anticipated pay-per-view events of the 30s.
Like, bro, there's like, and no jail time is insane. Like, bro, come on.
The over-the-edge tragedy. On May 23rd, 1999, in Kansas City, Missouri, wrestling fans came together to witness one of the most anticipated pay-per-view events of the entire year. However, what ultimately took place during this event in front of 16,000 people live and almost 500,000 pay-per-view viewers at home would forever be a dark stain in the history of professional wrestling. During one of the many interesting ring entrances at the beginning of a match, a wrestler fighting under the gimmick of the Blue Blazer was set to descend from the rafters of the arena down onto the stage. However, this descent did not go as planned, and the wrestler ultimately fell over 90 feet into the ring, leaving him dead and hundreds of thousands of fans in shock. With everything happening so fast, it left fans wondering, how exactly did this wrestler fall, and why did the event continue after his tragic passing? Owen Hart was born on May 7th, 1965 in Alberta, Canada. He spent his early wrestling career working through different local wrestling promotions, even wrestling in Japan, until ultimately finding his way into the WWF, now WWE. In the WWE, Owen Hart fought under his real name and the pseudonyms the Blue Angel and the Blue Blazer, where he found himself playing a more expressive character, something many wrestling fans naturally gravitated to. And it was due to this character's popularity that the Blue Blazer earned himself an Intercontinental Championship match against the Godfather during the WWF's Over the Edge pay-per-view in 1999. Acting in accordance to the cartoony superhero character that the Blue Blazer was, Owen Hart could not have a boring or normal entrance into the ring, and instead opted to be lowered from the very top of the extremely tall arena ceiling. The goal was to be lowered slowly from the top of the rafters to just above the ring, and then when he would be floating just above the ring, he would act like he was stuck, essentially pretending something had gone wrong, at which point he would then squirm around to pretend he was tangled in the ropes, and then release the harness, which would allow him to fall flat on his face, creating a humorous and cartoony moment. However, while that was the plan, what ultimately happened was pure tragedy. During the entrance of Owen Hart as the Blue Blazer, while still over 90 feet above the ring, the harness that Owen was strapped into suddenly failed, and instead of dropping him 2 feet into the ring, it dropped him 90 feet into the ring, leaving him
like, oh my god. Bro, imagine just like just what it feels, bro. It just snaps and you're looking down 90 feet. Like, oh my god. And like, you know you're not gonna make it, so you're just in the air and then boom. I'm so sorry for this guy, bro. That's insane. And they continued it too. That's what you said, bro.
Him with extremely critical injuries that would ultimately take his life only minutes after impact. The fall shocked fans and staff alike. Unfortunately, the fall itself was prevented from being shown to fans at home. However, to 16,000 people live, they had just witnessed a death. And what fans were witnessing at home was still extremely tragic. Cameras quickly cut to simple shots of the crowd. And during these shots, you could hear one of the announcers, JR, repeatedly emphasize the fact that what had just happened was not planned and that Owen Hart was severely injured. It wasn't long after these messages that JR had to make the following tragic.
I ate a burger, tacos, cereal.
Announcement.
I have the unfortunate responsibility to let everyone know that Owen Hart has died. Owen Hart has tragically died from that accident here tonight.
Vince McMahon made the controversial decision to continue with the pay-per-view after everything that had just happened. Following that pay-per-view, the footage was never released to WWF home video, although in 2015, the recording of the event was added to the WWE Network with every mention of Owen Hart cut out. However, a memorial was added at the very beginning. Due to the traumatic memory now associated with Over the Edge was promptly canceled and replaced the next year with the pay-per-view known as Judgment Day. Although Owen Hart's death was ultimately a freak accident, the Hart family's estate was still awarded $18 million in a lawsuit against the WWF. And the Hart family used a portion of this money to launch the Owen Hart Foundation, which was a Canadian philanthropic charity that provided university and college scholarships, as well as provided housing for low-income families. As someone who watched a lot of WWE growing up, I could only imagine how traumatic this would be to witness in person or even to watch live. One silver lining we can draw about the entire situation is that even after his death, Owen Hart was able to create such an impact in the lives of many. And while he was taken from the world too soon, passing away at only the age of 34, his memory lives on as a wrestling legend, and his family continues to do good in his honor. And with that, bros, we're going to conclude this.
Bro, that's insane, bro. That's so sad. Like, and that was, like, bro. Like, I have no words. That's terrible. Like, yeah, bro, there's a reason. But, like, bro, 90 feet, bro, and it's like the 1990s, bro. They're just a rope in their loin, bro. They don't have like any like not like advancements. I don't know. That's just crazy to me. Hey, love, trust me, bro. We will keep watching another video tomorrow, or I don't know, next time when I'll do this, I don't remember the next time, but I'm gonna end stream here. I'm tired. I gotta take a shower and sleep. So I'll catch you, and let me just do this. I don't know, man. I'll see y'all. What the heck is happening here? Well, I will see y'all tomorrow in my stream. Well, hey, bro, I'll catch you. It's a terrible way to end the day, but go watch a happy compilation or something, please, so y'all feel better. But keep watching Good Burger. But I'll catch y'all later. Probably stream tomorrow. Don't know what time. Later, always. But I'll catch y'all in that video. Peace.